Hi, and welcome to episode 14 of the Self-Love Coach Live. I'm Stephanie Burton, this is Project Glow, and today I am in the beautiful, beautiful flower garden at the top of Greenwich Park. It is absolutely amazingly beautiful, calm, serene, and tranquil here. Isn't it lovely? Today's topic is the real cause of stress and what you can do about it right now. And the reason I came to the beautiful flower garden, because a lot of what you see on social media and a lot of what you read about is that you have to invest in stress management. And I completely disagree with that. Yes, you do need to invest in stress management if you can't deal with your stress. But what if the answer to stress management is right in the perception of stress, the way that you look at it? I'll tell you this little story. So I used to go to boarding school, and this was a very, very progressive liberal boarding school. We were allowed to have pets in our rooms, can you believe it? And amongst the amazing array of the menagerie of pets, there was a couple of boys in the boys' wing who had snakes. And quite regularly, I don't know if it was a pet shop or something, sent them boxes of snakes. And I remember this one time, this box arrived and it rattled. Clearly there were snakes in it. We didn't know that at that time, but we were all like huddling around the box of this box, the contents of which were unknown at that moment. And the moment the box was opened up, I think half of the people recoiled in horror. And the other half of the people around the box just went, "Oh, aren't they lovely?" So this highlights the point that it isn't what happens, it's how you perceive it. So the exact same trigger, a box of snakes, was both a complete delight to a couple of people and a complete horror to a couple of other people. So I'm sure you've heard that quote. It's not what happens to you, it's how you deal with it. Actually, I would take it a little bit further. It's not what happens to you, it's how you perceive it. And actually, your perception is something that you have control over. I know it doesn't seem like it, because until you're taught how to manage your mind, how to manage your perceptions, how to understand the way that you think, you won't know how to manage your perception. So today I just compiled a couple of little tips that you can organize as part of your perception genre right today that you can use straight away to how you deal with stress. So how do you usually deal with stress? Well, the first thing is you perceive stress. So something happens and then it filters through your mind and it then gives you a physical reaction. That's how you become aware. You have that funny feeling in your stomach, you might feel a pressure in your head somewhere. But that's your perception telling you that you've only got half of the story. So let me explain that a little more. Underneath changing the perception of how the world works is understanding the fundamental laws of life. I teach that in my workshops all the time. And the most important one is the yin and yang sign that you will see me draw all the time. I talk about it all the time. Lots and lots of people know the yin and yang sign, but most people don't understand that it is the most fundamental law of life, in that at any point in your life you will always have equal benefit, equal drawback, pushing you further. Equal benefit, equal drawback, equal challenge, equal support, always at the same time. So when you feel stress, actually what is happening is you're only perceiving the dark side of the yin and yang. You're only perceiving the downside. And therefore, the first thing that you need to come clear on in your mind is that whenever you feel discomfort, whenever you feel stressed, whenever you feel overwhelmed, whenever you feel that a disaster is happening, there is always an opportunity for growth, always. So the first thing that you need to go is okay, if something is going wrong right now, what is going right? And the way that you look around yourself is first thing that your mind completely disconnects from is all the things that are still going completely and utterly right. And I have been in those places. I've been in great states of shock when my ex-husband left me. I have been very, very sick in hospital. I have been through an amazing array of different kinds of tragedies and trials in my life. And I can tell you, I've been in that place of shock many, many times. At that moment of shock, what your brain completely discounts is what is still going right, what is still completely, from the really big things to the tiny little things, like you still have air, you still have water, you still have a roof over your head, you can still walk the streets without being shot. So first of all, in my courses, in my one-to-one workshops and workshops, I lead you through that. So I take your mind back into what is still going right. Even though something is going wrong, yes, absolutely, your mind has jumped and said, I've got to pay attention to it right now, what is still going right. Where your internal and external resources, who is supporting you, who's on your side, who's going to stand next to you, because light and dark, yin and yang, always together, challenge and support, always, always, always. You will never, ever be left with a challenge that you will not have the exact right resources, the exact right support, the exact right people helping you through it. It was an amazing TED Talk, by the way. Joseph Campbell, The Hero's Journey. It's amazing. I'll tag it in the comments below. It's such a beautiful, beautiful description on how every single challenge will always come with exact right support from the outside, but already you on the inside will have exactly the right resources. All right, so that's number one. Whenever you feel uncomfortable or challenged or overwhelmed, there is always an opportunity for growth. Always, always, always. Because in our comfort zone, we don't grow, do we? When we're in our discomfort zone, when we're uncomfortable, that's where your resilience comes out. And number two, we already discussed, is what is still going okay? Who is still supporting you? Who's on your side? What are the resources that you have internally, externally? Because at the end of the day, challenges aren't there to ruin your beautiful, serene mindset. No, 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 no. They are there to push you. Challenges come to push you forward. So number three is how is this scenario that I'm experiencing and going through pushing me towards my greatness? Whether that is difficulties with money, whether that is difficulties with health, relationship problems, whatever you can possibly imagine. And I've been through a boatload of all of this, so I got the t-shirt, mouse mat, mug, the whole lot. But how is this challenge that you're going through pushing you towards your greatness? Because that is what challenges are about. They're not trying to make you unhappy. And please, it's not about you thinking bad thoughts and therefore bad things happen. That's not what it is. Challenges are here to get you from this place where you are now to stepping into your full expression of who you are, your destiny, your greatness. And the last little note that I made was self-love is understanding that challenges are here to grow and guide you, because that's what it is. Life happens. It's a journey. We're all on that. The problem is stress and suffering is when you have a one-sided addiction. And I know that sounds bizarre. When you have an addiction to it always being good, to it always being easy, to it always being light, to it always being calm and serene. It's not. It's not always. Challenges are here to lift you onto the next platform, to get you towards the next step. So let me just give you that example. So many of you know that 4 years ago, my ex-husband left me out of the blue. I didn't expect it. At the time, I was very ill as well. And from one day to the next, my life went upside down, and I was literally facing challenges in every single area of my life. Just everywhere. I always say to a friend, it's imagine coming home and instead of smelling fire, you can immediately tell that every single room of your house is on fire. Every single bit of your life is on fire. So I have been there. Ironically, I coached people through it for many, many years, and then it slam dunked me into the deepest part of challenge. Really, there was not a single part of my life, and I really had to walk my talk and learn even more. But the one thing that I had at that time already, because of the 2 decades that I'd studied with the great masters and the great teachers of personal development and human behavior, is immediately as the challenge set in, even though it was colossal and huge. And I spent many, many days in hospital, even after my ex had left me and we were in the divorce and everything. My brain immediately went, okay, What's going right here? As soon as my brain went down into the stress, into the anxiety, into the fear, immediately my brain went, okay, what is still going right here? Okay, this is lovely, this is a lovely, lovely hospital. I'm being looked after really well. My friends are supporting me. I'm growing, I'm learning. So that's the first thing my brain did. And the second thing went, well, if this is the level of challenge I'm going through, this must be the level of growth. Of course, when you're in the thick of it, it's unbelievably hard to see, but at the end of the day, you will get through it when you keep that mindset in the middle. Not high as a kite. Nobody's going, woo, I'm in hospital, woo, I'm divorced. That's not the whole point. The point is in the middle, because the middle spot is the spot where stress dissolves. Stress is both in the high, when you're going, oh my God, this is so amazing. Great. When you first met that guy or that girl, couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, couldn't concentrate. Your body was basically on red alert. Same thing when you go into fear and anxiety. You couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, your body was on red alert. Actually, the middle spot, stress is both the high of always chasing the shiny thing, the high, the infatuation, wanting a one-sided life, always wanting support, never wanting to be challenged, always wanting everybody to be on your side, never wanting to be disagreed with. That's stressful. The middle spot is understanding that everything that happens to you is always on your side, both the support and the challenge. Because at that point, when you understand that, you can then go, okay, it's not great, but challenge comes to grow and guide me. How is it growing me? How is it guiding me? And how is still a lot still going perfectly well, supporting me, and I'm on my way to my greatness. That's all for me for today. I'm going to have a lovely walk around these. Isn't it beautiful? But I'm not attached to one or the other, because light and dark both have their price to pay, and they come for very exact reasons. If you have any questions about this, please ask me in the comments below or send me a private message. Go check out my Facebook business page, which is Project Glow. I post different stuff about self-love on there every day, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care and look after yourself. Bye-bye.